Hello all, welcome back to session on structural analysis. We will today start with structure. There are two types initially to start with. One is skeleton structure, another is surface structure. Now in skeleton structure, there will be assemblage of different types of structure meeting at their end, connected by means of joint. So when you are talking about skeletal structure, human body is a very good example of the skeletal structure. Second category is surface structure. Now in skeletal structure, there will be different line elements meeting at a joint. Now when you are talking about line element means compared to two other dimensions, one dimension will be continuously larger. Now if you talk about a beam, it's a good example of line element, or if you talk about a column, again it is good example of line element. Now why it is called as line element? If you see the cross section of beam, compared to its cross sectional dimensions, the third dimension, that is length of beam, is very much larger compared to these two dimensions. So that's why this particular element is termed as line element. In skeletal structures, different types of line elements are connected together to form a structure. Any structure, this will be assemblage of multiple members meeting at their end or edges to form a joint. Then number of elements connected by this joint will form a structure. Now in skeletal structure, apart from human body, like civil engineering structures, if you want to think about RCC frame structure, then transmission towers, steel trusses are a very good example of skeletal structure. In surface structure, a surface will be coming in picture on which there will be loads acting. Retaining wall, dam body, these are good examples of surface structure. In structure, we just now talked about joints. Different members, if you connect together by joints, it will form structure. Now in joints, again there are different types. One is pin joint, second is rigid joint. Now depending whether the structure is connected by pin joint or rigid joint, the structure is categorized as pin jointed structure or rigid jointed structure. If there is pin joint, then it will be termed as pin jointed structure. If you are coming across rigid joints, it will be termed as rigid jointed structures. So this is another classification of structure what we will come across. The first one is skeletal structure, surface structure. In skeletal structure we are having trusses, transmission towers, then RCC framework. If you are coming across surface structure, dam body, retaining wall, these are examples. Now based on type of joint, you can come across pin jointed structure and rigid jointed structure. In pin jointed structure, the steel trusses, transmission towers, again these are example of pin jointed structure. Now what is pin joint? A pin joint is a joint in which hinge like connection is used. So wherein rotation is allowed but two mutually perpendicular direction translation is restricted. So that is hinge like assembly which is used in pin jointed structure. Particularly if you talk about a truss, so which is connected by different types of pins supported by support. So this is example of pin jointed structure. At all joints there is pin provided. Now pin is nothing but hinge like assembly. Now second category what we have seen is rigid jointed structure. Now rigid joint is as a fixed support. Now this is typical frame. If you we talk about RCC structure, where monolithic construction is done. Now monolithic means what? So different members meeting at a joint, if they are cast simultaneously, that becomes monolithic joint. Typically in RCC framework at joint, beam, column and slab, these are cast simultaneously to form a rigid joint. In rigid jointed structure, this particular joint is rigid. Rigid joint means what? So there will be rigid body deformation. Suppose this joint is subjected to any load. After deformation, suppose so this is undergoing deformation. So even after deformation, the angle will not change. So this angle even before deformation and deformation remain 90 degree. So this is what rigid body deformation. Suppose this is deformed shape. This particular line is deformed shape. So the initial angle before deformation was 90 degree, and after deformation also this angle, if it remains 90 degree, this is termed as rigid body deformation. So this is rigid joint, this is pin joint. So depending on whether structure is composed of rigid joints or pin joint, the second category what we will go for, pin jointed structure and rigid jointed structure. Next, what we will be looking for now is different types of supports. So depending on different types of support, so different reaction components, different degree of freedoms that we will have to think about. So depending on type of support, there will be another classification of structure what we will be coming across. Now in support, different support commonly used. First one say roller support, second hinge support, then fixed support. So apart from this, there are different types of support, but initially these are the three supports which are most commonly you will be coming across. Now roller support. Now the symbolic representation for roller support is like this. So rollers are shown below, or if you are providing intermediate roller, it will be like this. So this break line provided. Now roller, as name suggests, there is rolling. So in roller support, this particular support provides you allowance or movement along the roller plane. Now if the member is supported like this, so in this case it is not allowed to move in this plane because there is support provided. The member supported by roller support, it cannot move perpendicular to the plane of roller, but along the plane or parallel to the plane. So there is provision to move along this line. Now for example, you can think about sliding window. Now sliding window, at base there is roller support provided. So it is free to move along the plane of that roller. Or even you can think about a vehicle which is supported on wheels. So at both ends there are wheels provided. So ideally it is fully supported on roller support. So it can move along that direction. Now the vehicle cannot move in vertical plane, but if you keep it in neutral position, it will slide down. Means what? Along this roller plane, it is free to move. So this is the function of roller. But when you talk about perpendicular plane, so it is restricted. Whenever there is restriction, there is reaction. Now why there is necessity of support? So unless and until you provide the support, the body will not be in equilibrium. So this is the necessity of support. So first type roller support, second hinge support. Now in hinge support, so this is present diagrammatic representation for hinge support. Now here the object is not able to move in two mutually perpendicular directions. Means what? It is restricted along both mutually perpendicular direction. So this is what hinge support provides. But at the same time, at hinge support, rotation is allowed. So just now what I have said you, so when there is restriction, there will be reaction. So for example, you are watching movie or you are playing with mobile in your home, you are enjoying the scene, suddenly someone interrupts you, maybe your parent, maybe your siblings, they interrupt you and they ask you for something. So there is constraint came at you or constraint offered by either your siblings or your parents, and suddenly reaction erupts. Either you will throw away that mobile or you will do something rubbish. So that is what reaction